Okay, rechargeable battery sounds really nice now that I think about it. Batteries are really expensive nowadays.
It
Yeah.
really is.
One of my controllers recent like mind you, I've had these controllers for like a year and one of them finally died and
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
forgot the
"Oh."
Hero Forge thing. Uh,
Hey, does anyone
Me too.
have like stars on Hero Forge? Uh,
oh well.
Yeah.
I've been having I've been working on like 3D I'm pretty sure I share my little mushroom guy. I've been trying to get that thing programmed for tabletop simulator. It's so weird. God. Yeah, tabletop sim, it is paid, but usually they have it on sale for like a few bucks. Mm. Ooh. Uh-oh. Sorry, you cut out for me.
No, it was Nova and yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Cryptid got the
My
weird book.
notes. Oh, there's my notes.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has been.
Um. I think I'm gonna try and head over to the angel lady that's experiencing like undead rot sort of thing that you said. Yeah. I think I'm gonna head over to her and try out the theory that was in the books, which is basically that you can reverse it for a time, um, using power. Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
yeah, sure.
It's best to be in like a whole group after all, and especially in an unfamiliar location.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't remember if Lucifer actually shared the book and the theory. Um, oh well. Yes, I believe we all did.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I found this. Hmm? I found this book that has a theory on reversing I've forgotten the name again already. That was reversing the decay, and I would like to see if it actually holds any merit. And was wondering if you would allow us to attempt that on you. It should be fairly simple and not an engine. Thank God I had advantage. I rolled a nat 1 there. And then the other one was a nat 20.
The
Nat
dice have
20
spoken.
plus 5.
The dice.
Alrighty. It shouldn't cause any harm, I don't think, though admittedly the book was scarce on details. I'm going to walk up and approach, and Lucifer's really wanting to see. He's going for seeing something happen, so I'm going to go ahead and use all of the radiant energy die that my character has,
A hybrid.
which is 8 of them.
All rise for fantastic baseball.
So I figured Lucifer has channeled divine power into people before, particularly into angels. So he's probably going to just do what he remembers. So he's going to call on it and channel his power into her. Can I roll an insight check to see where the best place for this to channel this power would be? Or would it be a religion check to see angelic physiology? Alrighty. That is a 17 plus 13 for a 30 in total. And that would be for either religion or arcana, so we'll just go with religion. Alrighty. Describe her again. Where has the decay spread the most on her? Alrighty. If you would lend me your hand for a moment. Alrighty. Then Lucifer's just gonna try and pour as much divine power as he can into her.
Hmm.
There we go. Okay. Well, this is gonna be slightly awkward when / if anyone ever watches this. But yeah. So you take Syl's hand in yours and you channel divine magic through it. What you see is pure light emanating from your hand, almost swirling like how light radiates around a black hole, before it is soon reabsorbed into Sill's hand. Give me anyone who has spellcasting or who has a level in a spellcasting class. So basically everyone but Nova. Sorry. Please give me an Arcana or Religion check.
Understood.
Since I'm casting the spell, so to speak, do I get advantage?
Yes.
You said Arcana, right?
Arcana. Yes.
Okay.
And you see the magic swirl around Lucifer and Sill's hands
That's
before
a solid 7.
Alright. 7 is just gonna say you can't really tell anything that's happening.
He's kind of suffering from a headache right now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
fair.
what did that book put him through?
Yeah.
And what did Crane get? 15. Alright. Crane, from what you can tell as you watch the radiant light enter Sill's hand out of Lucifer's, you can see that it's almost stitching back together this decay. So it seems to be working. And Lucifer, what you can see is a slight change in pigmentation on Sill's hand as it begins to change from that wood-like texture to a more glassy and reflective skin color.
Is the glassy reflective a good thing?
From what you can tell, it's not good or bad. It's basically just a consequence of your magic being pushed into Sill's body.
Fair.
And you can sense almost that it's almost like a deal being signed as the magic continues to flow out of you and through Sill. And eventually, their arms seem to be fully healed. Now, in place of that bark, it is a clear, luminescent glass. And the veins that trace up their arms where the decay was not leaks radiant light, as you can almost feel their own heartbeat. And they remove their hands from yours and breathe a sigh of what seems to be relief.
Can I roll insight?
Yes. Still seems genuinely grateful and
Righty.
primarily they seem surprised that it worked.
Alrighty. Lucifer's gonna take a step or two back and, like, smile, rejoiceful that it actually worked.
You see Syl quickly reaches up and takes off their mask. And what you see is a face that Nova clearly recognizes, that looks almost exactly like that of Sylvanus's from the book that you had been reading earlier, except slightly more young in appearance. Their eyes are glowing that same gold light, and a small tear leaves their eye as they reach out and hug you and cry.
They're hugging Lucifer, right?
Yes.
Okay, Lucifer returns the hug, wrapping his wings around her.
Thank you.
I'm glad it worked.
As am I.
I'm not sure it will be permanent. I am sure of how much power I still retain, though I know it is greatly diminished from what I once was.
Aren't we all?
True.
Well, and Syl steps back from the hug and puts their mask back on. And they quickly pick up one of the books that they had been reading earlier that was made of illusory magic. And they rip out one of the pages and crumple it in their hand before quickly placing it in your own Lucifer. And you can feel that bit of magic enter your body as a familiar warmth seems to wash over you. That feeling of divinity. Cryptid, I would like you to roll me a religion or insight check.
Got it. Me going.
While all this is happening, Nova's going to actually try to reference the book that they were looking at earlier just to make sure that this isn't just all in my head and stuff.
Yeah.
Is probably going to ask Sylvanus, probably after waiting a moment because it looks like they're having a very emotional thing right now. He's probably going to ask, hey, this resemblance is quite uncanny. Are angels usually like this, or...
Are you asking for religion or arcana? Or
it's
both?
up to you.
Or either or? Okay.
Religion, arcana, or insight. Each will give you different information. In regards to Nova's question,
rolling low.
Nova, as you flip through the book and look back towards Sylvanus's description and the drawing that is depicted there, you catch Syl's attention, and they turn to you after and exiting the hug from Lucifer. It's not all that uncommon for a god's angels to look like them. But for Sylvanus in particular, he tends to be reborn in his children. I shall be his next aspect, and they kind of do a little bit of a curtsy.
So you're going to become Sylvanas? Is that what you're saying?
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
At least I think so.
Would Lucifer know
Other-
anything about this sort of process? Sorry.
It's alright.
Yeah, go ahead. I was basically gonna ask the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Lucifer...
the other gods reincarnate too.
Yeah. Lucifer would know... Since the last Divine War, this is something Cryptid would also know. Sylvanas had been killed before, and they were reborn through one of their children. And it seems like that's kind of what's happening here. Although, of course, when Sylvanas is killed unnaturally, like, he dies normally with the seasons, he's reborn, that kind of stuff. But when he's killed unnaturally, it takes longer, and it's a slightly different process. Cryptid and Lucifer, you guys would know that that's kind of what's happening here.
Oh, I see.
Would
But-
Lucifer's magic intertwining with Syl's have any effect on this?
You aren't sure. It hasn't necessarily happened before, to your knowledge.
That's fair. That is fair.
And no, generally speaking, Nova, as you flip through the book, no other gods seem to reincarnate in this way. Of course, there are deities of reincarnation, but they do not reincarnate through their children. They are simply reborn in of themselves.
That is something to note.
And Cryptid, what did you get on your roll?
A 10 in insight. He's
10 in
rolling
insight.
bad. Yeah.
As you see Lucifer's magic, you also feel that small wave of warmth pass over you as it passes over Lucifer. And something inside of you is almost set off by it. And the feeling quickly fades, however, and you return to your normal senses.
Oh, I see.
Well, thank you all for the company.
Thank you for helping me confirm a theory. I do have another question. Would it be alright to take this book? He shows the book that he was getting the knowledge from.
Oh, yes, you can all take whatever books you want. We have,
You're just
Thank you
giving
greatly.
us books?
yeah, we have, why do you think some of these are illusory copies? Plenty of people check out books all the time. This isn't like,
Okay.
this isn't a secret place. It's just highly knowledgeable. Have you guys heard of the...
Books, they're
Have you guys
selling
heard of
for a
the Library of Alexandria? Is that something that exists in some of your timelines? No? Yes?
I think I've vaguely heard about it from one of my
Well,
from
it...
a
The
life
first
I've
library I
lived.
came across was here. They don't have libraries in my
Oh, that's
city.
that's unfortunate.
Oh,
That
Also,
is
rare enough
deeply
and
unfortunate.
expensive enough that you can't just go around giving them out to people.
Oh yeah, we have plenty. It's no problem. You guys, you can take
I
them.
mean, thanks.
Thank you. No, thank
Thank
you
you.
guys. I should probably start helping everyone else sort this place, unfortunately.
I imagine there is quite a lot of sorting to do.
Well, everything is still currently in carts, so yes, there is.
What was that paper you gave me, by the way?
Just Just a little bit of magic.
Fair enough.
You'll know what to do with it. It won't be too unfamiliar to you.
Alrighty then.
Well, is there anything else you all need?
That seems to be it on my half.
Alright.
Thank you greatly. I hope many long years before anything close to the... I can't remember the name again. That isn't Lucifer, by the way. That's just my memory being
Yeah.
shit. The Devouring,
Okay.
the Rot,
I think it was called Decay.
Decay.
the Decay. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yep. I hope it is many long years before the Decay troubles you or anyone around you further.
Thank you. And would you all like to leave the archive?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, first I would like to explain to the rest of the party Lucifer's plan of action, so to speak, using like a map and all that to try and get the full party on the same page, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume we're gonna go find a big table.
Yeah, there's plenty of tables that you can just walk around and find.
Righty. I wanted to talk about what we just witnessed did, and what our plan of action is from here. I'm thinking... I don't want to need gods. They are petty, short-sighted, and arrogant, typically. I would rather avoid having to need their aid. So I was thinking we could go through the mortal kingdoms and recruit their aid in our endeavors. I think that if we could amass enough magic, we could reverse the decay that has started taking root in this world. Though the amount of magic would be great. As for the War of Gods, I don't have many ideas of how to deal with that at this moment. Perhaps enough of their clerics asking them to stop would do it, but gods are arrogant creatures. The power defines them. As such, I'm not sure of the effectiveness of any plan that relies on trying to coerce them unless we have overwhelming power of our own. Regardless, while we travel around through the kingdoms, it would be not unlikely, necessarily, to encounter various other deities on our travels. Particularly, I know that the goddess of nature can typically be found, well, among her domain. And, yep. So my plan is thus. We travel around, kingdom to kingdom, building up allies and supplies to put an end to the decay. Meanwhile, we gather or talk to gods in search of their aid as well. What are
Okay,
your
so what I'm
thoughts on the
getting
situation?
out of this is you want to specifically aim for kingdom help. Help from the people that live here. And any deities that we meet along the way will request their assistance as well, or try to argue with them, or maybe have them assist other people here, whatever works, but the primary intent is people that live here.
Yes. Get the people on our side, and hopefully we can deal with the gods when we have to.
And I don't think it's a bad plan. If need be, we could even have the people we meet talk to the gods for us if they're a little bit better at that.
True.
I don't know, what do you think? Cryptid? Crane? Do you feel
I would
more
not like to
comfortable?
force or compel anyone along this path. I am open to other plans and other ideas.
Oh no, the plan sounds great.
I'm willing to take whatever route
Yeah,
it
like
takes.
I just find the people here easier to comprehend than the deities, I suppose. So I'm more comfortable with that.
I believe we will have an easier time getting the people's aid than getting a bunch of gods to actually do their jobs. Note, Lucifer is not an unbiased person in this matter. He's been, anytime seeking help from deities has been brought up, like, his face kind of like scrunches up as if he's just smelled something horrible. He's not happy about it, but he's kind of, he's willing to deal for the goal.
I was trying to outsource the getting the gods on our side part.
That earned a bright smile from Lucifer. Lucifer was like, that is a good idea.
So, I guess the next question is, who do we go to first? I think there is a fair bit of powerful magic up north, right? The icy area.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of.
The Northern Frost.
There's some kind.
I know one of my reincarnations did experience some life up there. They have quite a bit of magic, though I don't quite recall all of that. It's fuzzy, as if looking through several panes of foggy glass. But I do believe that would be our next best step.
Just
Very
to
well.
remind all of you about like the different places that you guys heard about. So brain load. Yeah, you guys heard about the Northern Frost, how much magic was there. You also heard about the City of Gold, how there was a bunch of Warforged in development there. The Elven Kingdom also has a bunch of adamantine if you're looking for like infrastructure, that kind of stuff, etc., etc.
I think we're kind of looking for all of it.
Yeah.
When trying to reverse this sort of scale thing, you can't really afford to think small. So I think our first plan of action should be talking to the mayor again and telling him of our idea, getting him on board and his town's resources.
May take
Then-
you a small bit of time to get back there. Oh wait, this
What?
mayor. This mayor.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought you were talking about Karg, and I was like, bro, he's a ways away.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Lucifer kind of remembers Karg being one deity. He doesn't want anything to do with that shit.
Yeah.
Like, he'll still say we go there because you can't afford to think small, but he's very much, and the guy isn't technically a deity anymore, but he's very much, let's avoid that until we have to cross that bridge.
Yeah.
Anyways, he wants to talk, so plan is we talk to the mayor of this city, the underground place, then get his cooperation, or at least, get him kind of on board with the plan. Then we go up north and attempt to get them on board with our plan as well.
Alrighty.
Maybe get some extra magic goodies while we're at it.
Yes.
Alrighty. In that case, how do you guys want to try to go see the mayor? Because last time it took you guys winning a match in the arena.
Last time we had to beat up a dragon. We want to go back to the arena and see if they've got another one of those.
I
mean,
was thinking about it.
From what
If
you
someone here had sending, it would be different, but I don't think that's the case.
from what you remember, and from what I remember as the DM, that was like a regular occurrence thing. Like, yeah, that was that's a regular opportunity. If you beat this challenge rating dude, you get to see the mayor, that kind of stuff.
Well,
That's a
we
really
did do,
awkward-
we did help with the sitting and all from that
Yeah.
sludge monster, I suppose? Whatever that thing was.
That is also
Ink
true.
sludge. I don't think it's...
Perhaps, that will
Go ahead.
count?
Possibly.
You know,
You'd
we
have
did
to
technically
find
write
some.
something to see the mayor. They didn't have to say what?
You would have to find some form of communication or way to communicate to the mayor. That's the primary
ask
thing you have to
Slid.
do. Oh
Slid would
yeah.
know something, right?
Slid is gone at this moment in time.
Let's find Slid.
Everyone who would like, please give me an investigation or perception check.
Can I fly up in the
Okay.
library to try and
Understood.
find it?
Yeah. You have advantage on your investigation or perception check.
Fantastic. Oh, that's nat 20 plus 13.
Hey.
I need to find my darling husband. He makes me laugh.
For that nat 20, Slid is nowhere to be found. They're not in the library. Anywhere.
They entered the library with us.
They did.
Were they with
Left,
us when we
yes.
healed, Syl?
No, they were not.
I asked the others where they last saw her.
Slid the one that was taking care of reading for Nova.
Probably.
Someone was doing that.
It was probably
I think
Slid.
Slid was helping with reading this book earlier, but I haven't seen them since we started talking to Syl again. Guess
What
they
book is
left.
that?
Oh, it's just various gods and who they are and what their domains are and stuff like that. And it has pictures. And I can probably recognize some of them now.
That is good. Gods tend to be recognizable by feeling, though, as well, I think.
Yes, but now I know what names are for which of them. Well, actually, I
That
don't have all
is-
the names memorized, but
That is fair. That is fair.
You did also only read, or, well, Slid only did get to read through the primary pantheon at the time.
I could
I'll see can
potentially-
read if we need to continue reading it.
We can continue reading it later.
Yeah. We'll just say we'll know the names when they come up
Yeah.
as needed. Make things easier.
So, yeah, none of you can find Slid anywhere in the library. You all see Lucifer fly up, and it doesn't take very long for them to fly back down without having seen anything.
Maybe
I wonder where
Sled
they
left.
went.
They work with the mayor.
Yeah.
They do work as a bodyguard of. Or maybe it's just a regular guard of sorts. So.
They were one
We
of the
could
guards
all-
who was leading you around through into your meeting with the mayor. So they seem to work at the Coliseum / with the mayor.
Alrighty.
Crane, have you been to the Coliseum here before?
Hold on,
Waiting for
Eden,
a
I'm gonna
bit.
message you something really quickly.
I missed some words. Words were overlapping.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Would you be okay with fighting in the Colosseum so we could see the mayor again?
Crane is like already rolling up your sleeves.
I would prefer us to get a decent rest before fighting in the Colosseum again. Healing still took quite a bit out of me. I imagine
enough.
the glow
Look for this
Lucifer emits
person.
is considerably dimmed at this point in time.
At this moment in time, yeah, it's pretty dim.
It probably is more focused though.
Yeah.
Because Lucifer before didn't. He had kind of vague goals, but no actionable plan, and now he has an actionable plan. And so there's probably some difference there, but it is weaker.
Well, we definitely have to go to a different inn than the one before after we caused property damage.
Just
Yeah, let's find a different. Let's look for a different inn.
Probably best to have the floor made of stone. I don't think I can fly through that anymore.
I would be quite surprised if you flew through stone.
And
Yeah,
Quite surprising.
I assume you all
It was
make
weird.
your way out of the archive. Hello?
Yeah?
Probably.
Okay.
Jay has left.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, I just
they
sent
had a
Yeah.
family emergency.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Should I just delete the...
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But Lucifer, just so you know, as you're leaving, you can see claw marks on the door in the ground, almost as if someone was clinging to it as they were getting dragged out.
Let's investigate this. I share what I
Do you
saw
need
with
me
the
to
rest
turn
of the
into a
party.
dog?
That's right, we have a druid!
That I don't know if that's necessary at this moment in time, but let's keep that in mind for if needed.
Understood.
I'm going to try and follow the tracks to find what, the end of this.
I'm still gonna murder YouTube. I will never not have to murder YouTube for their blatant blasphemy.
Honestly, I hate the 10-minute ads that you can't skip.
Oh, the 10-minute ads are horrifying. Moving on.
Yeah.
Just reload the video at that point.
Honestly, that's why I bothered to get ad blockers, and because I'm using Firefox, the ad blockers actually work.
Oh, nice. So, you see the claw marks on the door and on the ground, and you all step outside into the muddy outside area that leads to the cave that you can all follow out back to the main city. You do see claw marks that are etched deep into the mud. That slowly go further and further towards the wall of the cave before they just disappear when they hit the wall.
I remember the illusionary wall from earlier and just try and pass my hand through the wall.
Nothing. But you do
Nova would
see
like to-
some ashy residue around the wall, almost as if something was traced on it before.
Huh?
Sorry, what would Nova like to do?
I was thinking of maybe tapping the wall, investigate to see if there seems to be a hollow space behind it, any weird cracks, something like that.
Sure, yeah,
You could just give it a very solid kick or something.
yeah, give me either an athletics check or a survival check.
You know what I'm doing now.
I'm going to attempt to investigate the ash thing.
Be 21 athletics.
21 athletics. I assume you kick it.
Yeah.
You kick this wall pretty hard, and a small crack forms in it. And it's almost like with your force, it slightly reignites the ash that Lucifer is looking at. And for a moment, the wall becomes, or at least the crack in the cave wall, becomes a small portal that is perfectly refractive, almost like that of a mirror. And your foot slides through it for a second. What is the first location Nova would think of?
Oh boy. Given
Yeah.
that I'm just trying to kick down a rock to go through a wall, I probably would just think of another cave.
On the other side,
Just locations in the moment.
you kick your foot through the crack, and you see the ash ignite for a moment. And as your foot goes through the wall, you can feel it make contact with almost not like a leathery texture, but it's a very thick webbing. And your leg is stuck for a moment.
Hey, I'm gonna try to pull my leg out.
Yeah. One more athletics check. And Crane and Lucifer, you two can feel free to give me an Arcana check.
Understood.
Well,
Crane-
that's in that one.
Crane, you can roll that with advantage.
Oh, yippee! That's good because my first one was a 5. The 5 was the higher one, so that's
Oh,
a
no.
7.
Oh my.
This
I do
I got
actually.
a 5 and then a 4.
Oh jeez.
This is what I get for playing a character that refuses to roll Arcana.
Yeah. Nova, you can pull your leg out pretty easily. The portal remains for a second, however, and during that second, Lucifer and Crane look towards it. Crane, you are able to make out something, because this is a rather rudimentary kind of spell for someone like you as a druid. It is... You know tree walking spells where you can walk through a tree and
Yes.
it's like that kind of spell.
I see.
You just have to think of another location that has this kind of thing and you walk out. So something or someone was clearly dragged through this portal.
Crane, could you shapeshift into a dog or a wolf and and see if the scent is the same as Slit's?
Yeah,
Will do.
it's
Yeah, I'll turn
concerning.
into a wolf.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't think these claw marks were here when we came in.
They were not. I will just say that straight ahead. From what you can tell, this scent, it is very, like, aquatic. However, you are not sure if that is because of the mud or if that is because it is Slid who left the marks.
There. But
Okay,
you have no
okay.
way of telling us.
No. There's mud. The dog will write.
Oh my
Or, I
god.
don't know, I'm kidding.
Totally could. Lucifer
Okay.
would have to read out loud. But
By the way, I do actually have a shard from that magic door that had a similar effect in my pack.
You do.
Would Lucifer remember that?
Yeah, Lucifer would have... I imagine Lucifer would remember that, yeah. Especially because, like, the shard is still there.
Alrighty, so Lucifer's gonna pull it out. And just see how its magic is reacting to the magic on the wall. If it does at all.
Like before, when you had previously interacted with a similar kind of refractive teleportation circle, it too seems to draw itself closer and try to wrench itself from your hand and tries to fly through the portal. And I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I should still be using my old stat sheet, right?
For now, yes.
Alrighty. $24.
You reach out and you are able to grasp it right as the shard makes contact with the teleportation circle. And you feel almost a small crack as the shard in your hand breaks from you grabbing it so fast. Almost as if it started to melt in your grasp. And you feel that heat flow up through your arm as you feel magic that you have not felt in a very long time return to you. And the crumpled piece of paper that had been in your other hand, in a flash,
I
becomes a
imagine
light.
that paper would have been put away by Lucifer,
Oh, okay.
not just held.
In that case, you feel something in, like, one of your pockets become, like, warm and a light. And as the heat travels through your body, you feel pain on your back. Roll me a Constitution saving throw to retain your grasp on this shard while pain flows through your body, and you will be making this with disadvantage.
Alrighty.
As all of you see 2 new wings begin to sprout from Lucifer's back, and they start poking out as bones first.
Would
And
they
they-
also be, like, covered in blood from
Oh,
poking out of his
yes.
back?
Very much so.
Alrighty. I imagine Lucifer kind of just bleeds light, so to speak.
Yeah.
Less red blood, more just light spilling out.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me of, like, Lucifer. I'm not sure if you've seen the show Lucifer, but in the show, when a celestial is injured, they bleed light. But yeah, that is what all of you see as, unfortunately, the pain overwhelms you, and one of the shards flies through your grip and the other breaks once more, and you feel one piece of the shard remain in your hand as your body naturally just reacts and goes to hold your shoulders in as you try to scream from the pain, but no sound comes out.
That's fair.
And
Does Lucifer recognize what's happening?
Lucifer's probably seen this happen before, yes.
Alrighty. So he's probably, even in the midst of pain, he's probably going to be trying to feel as if this is his goddess pushing her power into him forcefully, and basically forcefully remaking him her angel, without him being able to say no.
It does not seem to be from your goddess, no. It seems to be a combination of your interaction with Syl and your interaction with this portal.
Righty. Then, because
Seeing
it
all-
won't... Go ahead.
Seeing that this portal is appearing to cause pain to Lucifer, among other things, could Nova try to just pull Lucifer away from the portal? Because it looks like this is causing problems.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I help as well?
Yeah, in that case, Nova, give me an athletics check at advantage.
Ooh, advantage.
Yeah.
My dice. Only a 14.
That's still good enough. Lucifer isn't necessarily, like, given that they need to fly, their bones are very, like, thin and hollow. So,
Hollow like a bird.
yeah.
Yes.
Is Crane still in wolf form?
Yes.
Okay, so...
You're just like grabbing on Lucifer's pant leg.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, you just wrench at like you grab Lucifer's body and start pulling them away from the portal as Crane, as still wild shaped into the wolf, just pulls on their clothing to grab them away. And when you get farther away, the pain does begin to subside, and the light begins to stop bleeding from your back.
So, Lucifer, now being relatively sure that this mad power isn't going to tie him in service to a deity, he, knowing that they're going to need as much power and resources as possible for the battles ahead, he takes it into himself and basically tries to use it to make more of his own natural power, to a degree restore what he lost, rather than be something necessarily different than what he once was. If that makes sense?
One sec, choking on a fry.
Don't choke.
Can't
Chew
really
and
control.
swallow properly.
I did. I just started choking for some reason.
Fair enough.
Are you choking less now?
Yes, I am.
That's good.
So, doing so, Lucifer is able to... Sorry, just taking a sip of apple juice.
Apple juice is worth it.
Apple juice is worth it. Lucifer, you are able to use this reaction to alter your own magic again. I will say that at this moment in time, your two new wings are not fully formed, but you do have your new stat sheet.
Excellent. Okay.
So at the moment, your second pair of wings are still bony and they're growing out.
Mm-hmm. It probably looks something a little bit out of Nightmare.
It's horrifying.
Excellent.
And I will say, as you feel the one shard of that portal remain in your hand, the rest of it is still on the wall, and it seems to have now stabilized the ash as the hole in the wall becomes a full portal again.
Well, how convenient.
We
Though I kind of wish
Going-
it was without the extreme pain. Still, me being in a better shape for fighting than I was previously can only be good for us.
we go into the portal. I want
Yeah.
Slid to be okay.
You guys can
Yeah.
definitely go through the portal.
I'm more asking the group, are you all okay with entering the portal?
Yes.
Crane will nod. Still a wolf.
That's right. You can't talk, I can't read. Lucifer is in pain.
This is fantastic for all of the party.
It's amazing.
We're gonna do great, I'm
Did we
sure.
quote
Give me a
that? Do we
second.
want to quote that?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. You can't talk, I can't read. Lucifer's in pain. That is an amazing quote.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You're back, I can't read, Lucifer's.
Where's the quotes channel? I know there was a quotes channel here somewhere.
It's somewhere.
D&D out of context under the fun tab. Look for chess.
I'll find it one of these days. Oh!
The end out of context. I don't know why I said it like that. But yes, D&D. So, do you all walk through the portal? And if so, who's going to be walking through first?
I think Lucifer would probably want to be first, simply because he doesn't want the others to be injured.
Alright. In that case, tell me where Lucifer would first think to go.
He heard about what, Actually, can I just attempt to wield the portal's magic to take us to where Slit is?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm asking. Like, where would you want to go? You can go wherever you want in this moment in time. Just, like, try to think of a place. You can think, like, where Slid is. And it'll take you to, like, the general vicinity.
That's what he's probably thinking.
Right.
One second, apologies, I'm still setting up my spells.
It's okay. I just finished off my apple juice. So now I'm fully ready for the session.
Couple of spell slots left. That should be fine.
Yeah, we're not doing combat this session, unfortunately. But
That
we
is-
will.
Cantrip
Sad.
galore.
Yeah, but I mean we would, but currently we are one person down, and if it's a fight for Slid, I imagine the person who is possibly romancing Slid would want to be there.
Yeah, that...
Yeah,
fair
Cryptid
enough,
would
fair
be
enough.
rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, you all step through the portal, and as you walk through, you feel a cold wind push past you, and Lucifer, you feel it flutter through your feathers, and especially you feel it bite on your bone, despite not actually having any visible veins or nerves on your wings yet. You can still feel it. There's some weird magic. But all of you walk through, and Crane, what kind of wolf would you have turned into? Like an Arctic wolf, just a forest wolf, etc., etc.
I do feel like they would have gone with the forest wolf.
Yeah.
That said, they're a forest wolf that is a green wolf guy just because of the whole green hair.
Yeah. You're Beast Boy in this moment in time.
I was about to say that.
And as Crane steps through, this dark green wolf comes out of the portal and into an open cave that looks out over a cliff that stares into the northern frost. And Nova, you two step through, and you are immediately hit by the cold, and you start shivering, but in a second you're able to shake it off, and you all step forwards towards the edge just to look off further into the distance. And you can see the glacial mountains as you look up and feel snow start to fall.
Well, it appears we're here early. I'm going to see if I can find any tracks or anything showing that whoever was dragged, we're in this right area, following the right path.
I will also be like going around, like trying to pick up any signs.
Yeah, leading out of the portal.
I'm gonna look around while also going through my pack for warmer clothes.
Actually, could I, as Lucifer, try and like emit an aura of warmth to try and help them out as part of my aura of my saving throw aura?
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Yeah.
Aura of protection. Yeah.
Aura's aura.
Aura's
Yes.
aura. Yeah.
The aura. No.
Just no.
I'm not even gonna try and say it because I don't want to break my ability to speak for an hour. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then try and do tracking.
Yeah. As Crane and Lucifer, you both begin to look around. You can almost immediately see from the exit of the portal is claw marks that are quickly removed from the ground as the footsteps that had been leading them seem to get deeper into the snow, almost as if their weight had doubled. And they walk towards the edge of the cliff, and they vanish.
What do you want to bet they went down the cliff?
I mean, that's all there is to do once you get to the edge of the cliff. What happens if we try to look over the edge?
Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Like
Oh, yes.
like the back of Nova's clothes to try and like pull them if they're about to fall, pull them back.
You have
That
advantage
is
on that
well
save.
over. That's 25 without advantage.
Yeah, you're fine.
Just
as you look-
in the aura of protection, so add 4.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
As you look over, just an extremely strong gust of wind comes, and you start to lose your balance for a moment, but you're able to catch yourself as Lucifer grabs onto like the scruff of your neck or something, and you are able to balance yourself.
Oh, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just so all of you know, I believe Lucifer's modifier for the aura is 4.
Yes.
Yeah. So all of you...
It's a 10-foot aura, which means it's exactly a massive pain to keep track of.
So real.
It needs to be 30 feet.
That only happens at level 18.
Yeah.
But yes.
Unfortunately.
As you look over the edge, you can see basically below you is just Arctic waters that lead off, and it seems like, have you guys played Subnautica or Subnautica Below Zero?
I've seen some Subnautica. Haven't heard of Subnautica Below Zero though.
1 second, let me grab an image. God. It's not letting me drag over the image. Okay. Copy link address. God dang it, that's not what I wanted to copy. Copy
Is it
image.
the image you want?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's like that. You can
Nice.
see it's just super cold. And the
Right.
frost bites at you. Oh, I found a better one. Found a better one. It's that kind of chill frost that has a deep layer of water below.
And there's a funny little monster there too.
Just a funny little monster. Just a funny little dude.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a funny
Bye.
little monster.
Don't worry. The monster
Goodbye.
isn't
Just a little girl in the world.
the monster isn't there right now. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's for next
Not
session.
yet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
for next session.
By the way, I imagine that Cryptid is probably just following along silently.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cryptid is currently contemplating their life choices.
I
Why did
can
I walk into
understand
the random
why.
portal? Because this is a D&D party.
Yes.
Lucifer, in the spirit of D&D, gonna jump off the cliff in a elegant dive. No, that was a joke.
I mean, you do have
I was
wings.
half ready to
Technically, you could
stop
do
him
it.
And remember, you have wings.
Yeah.
Um,
So, how do you guys want to try to scale this cliff? Do you guys want to try to scale this cliff down? Or do you want to try to full dive into the waters below?
So here's the thing. Water gets you cold. This place is cold enough. Getting wet will make us colder.
Oh, yes, it's
Lucifer,
very
thank you
cold.
for trying to keep us warm. I don't know how well that's going to do when we get wet and cold. So let's try to not get wet for now. I think that's a good start.
It is
That is
actively snowing,
really
just for the record.
I imagine when the
Constantly
snow
brushing off snow.
Lucifer, it like kind of sizzles as the light emanating
Yeah.
from him, warm enough to just kind of melt it.
It does land, however, on Crane and Nova for a few seconds before it begins to melt.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've got a Dungeoneer pack that probably has a rope and grappling hook in it. Does the cliff appear to be more than 50 feet down?
It seems to be around 75 to 100 feet down, but if you wanted, you could try to tie some ropes together to scale down.
I also have 50 feet rope.
Hey!
If we tie the ropes to Lucifer, we can kind of have his flying help support things if you slip and fall.
Okay, I
Maybe you
can't.
could.
I have both silk rope and normal rope. So that's
Fancy.
100 feet of rope altogether.
What is the difference between silk rope? I imagine silk rope
How much
could
it
hold more
costs?
weight. Oh,
How
yeah.
much it costs?
It costs 10 GP.
Yeah.
I should actually be able to
And it weighs more.
bless our efforts in this matter. Helping to ensure our future success. Though I should only do it once we actually get going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
So,
Crane is a
still have
dog
one more-
right now.
One more wild shape if need be a bird.
I would let Lucifer could probably. How much does a wolf weigh?
usually,
thinking
like,
Nova
Check,
could
I have
just-
the stats.
I was thinking Nova could just carry Crane while climbing down.
That would make the most sense, probably. Like,
Yeah.
use some rope to tie Crane to Nova, and then have Nova and Crane kind of tied to Lucifer, so if Nova slips, Lucifer can slow their fall, because I doubt he could actually hold up all that weight.
yeah, you couldn't hold their weight, but you could definitely make it like the equivalent of feather fall.
It would
So, yeah.
probably also be very
Very
unpleasant
funny.
for Lucifer there. So
Oh,
that's why
incredibly.
he's not going with that as plan A.
Yeah. I will say, while you guys are, like, assuming you guys do that, I will need a sleight of hand check from Nova to tie this knot.
Could I actually tie the knot?
Yeah, whoever wants to can tie the knot.
Okay, Nova,
But-
what's your bonus to sleight of hand?
+5.
+8.
Okay. I can try to help you.
Yeah,
the
you
help
can
action.
roll with advantage.
Right.
just gonna
so we're
double-check
gonna
your
tie
work.
the wolf to the rabbit.
This sounds like this.
Totally out of context.
It
I forgot.
It sounds like the start of a bad joke.
It really does. I would love to see that quoted, but I don't feel like quoting myself is actively something that's like a great to do. But anyways, let me roll that.
I can quote that for you.
If you would, that would be
think it's
great.
enough.
Yeah, I haven't fully typed out.
Oh, are you doing it already?
Yes.
Okay, I'll leave it to you.
What
I'll
did I
leave
put
it
the
to
name
you.
under? What did I put the name under?
Aura, Aurelian, or Tea Serpent, or Lucifer.
Got it. I put under aura.
It's the shortest.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's a 24.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, you tie the knot really well. Okay. The way I imagine it is, have you seen those guys who lift weights while holding a corgi?
No.
No, but I can imagine it very easily.
Give me a second to find a photo of it.
I can
Oh my
imagine
God,
this.
I love being able to draw.
Oh.
Forget whatever I was doing before. This is more important now.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's a full back harness.
So I imagine the wolf
Reminder
is
that
probably-
Nova is 3 feet tall.
Oh yes, yes. The wolf is just as tall as Nova. But yeah.
Lucifer is pretty sure he could just call out to a god of amusing situations, and they would find this worthy enough to grant their blessing. He's not going
Hello,
to,
God of
but he-
memes.
but he's sure that they
The
would
meme
accept.
lord.
They would. Admittedly, they would.
Oh, God.
Lucky Dionysus
Oh.
isn't here. God of parties would find this amusing as hell.
Oh, Dionysus, my beloved.
Love Dionysus.
That would be a wolf, a rabbit, and Dionysus walk into a bar.
Now that's
It's a bit odd. It's not leopards.
No, it's a bit odd that it isn't Zeus doing the one walking it.
Oh,
Zeus is
God.
too busy doing various other things.
No, Zeus is too busy being the wolf.
That is fair. Though he probably turns into like swans and stuff more often than wolves.
Yeah, probably.
If anyone was gonna turn, though Zeus does have a wolf aspect, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Regardless, moving on.
Whatever.
Yeah.
This is greatly amusing.
Yes.
We're going to try scaling the cliff.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Nova, I'm gonna need a series of athletics checks as you begin to scale down this
Yay.
mountain.
So,
All I need is for my dice to not screw me over.
Bless spell doesn't actually add to checks. It only adds to
Yeah.
saving throws and attack rolls.
Yes,
You
but
have
in
guidance.
No.
why wouldn't
Oh.
you prepare? Guidance is the best cantrip.
I've got
Paladins don't get
Thaumaturgy,
cantrips.
Word of Radiance, Sacred Flame.
He's
Light.
also a cleric.
Yeah.
Ah,
I could prep
Crane
Hold
might have had
Person.
guidance, but Crane
So
is a
if
wolf.
they slip, I can just cast Hold Person on them, and then they're held aloft by
I don't think
magic.
that's how it works.
Even if I
It
wasn't
isn't.
a wolf, I don't think I have guidance. No, I don't.
Anywho,
Um,
yeah, I'm gonna need an athletics check for the first 25 feet as Nova begins to descend,
Okay.
with Wolf on back.
17.
17.
17 for the
Hey.
first one. Just below
Uh,
average, but
Yeah, you are able to scale it rather easily. Every now and then you have to dig like your feet into specific footholds pretty hard. Like you have to do a pretty hard kick, but you seem to be fine. You're keeping ground very easily.
Isn't too different from climbing trees.
Give me another athletics check.
Very good. 26.
Yeah, you're fine for the next 25 feet. And then give me one more athletics check.
Ah, there we go. That's a 12.
Give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Okay.
As
Remember to add the +4 from Aura of Protection.
yeah, as your paw slips on one of the outcroppings of ice that it tries to grab onto.
That'll be 15.
One moment. That's the wrong dice.
I'm rolling against a cliffside.
Yes, you are. And the cliffside rolled higher.
Nice.
You try to grapple at. You try to grapple? Jesus, I can't talk. You try to grab as you begin to fall, and it just pulls on Lucifer uncomfortably. Lucifer, I'm gonna say you take. Literally just rolled a 1 on every single one of those die. You take 3 bludgeoning damage as you are pulled down by force, as Nova and Crane begin to fall down, but you are able to catch them as you beat your wings very heavily.
I imagine Lucifer lets out a noise kind of like a squawk.
Yeah. I imagine it in the way that, like, have you seen the Aladdin parrot bird who is like
No.
Jafar's?
Oh my God.
I'm glad some of you know what I'm talking about. I can explain it later.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just
hear it.
a shrill scream. But
It is.
yeah, but you are able to catch yourself. And you catch the other two as well. And
Are they now entirely depending on Lucifer just, like, flapping his wings really hard to try and keep them from just dying?
give me one acrobatics check, Nova, to see if you can try to grab back onto the wall.
Okay, acrobatics. This is very much up to the dice. How do we go? Oh, unnatural 20.
Hey, nice. Yeah, you're able to grab back onto the wall after a few seconds of having to rely on Lucifer's flapping wings, and you alleviate some of that weight and pain. And
Sorry, I slipped for a bit there.
It's fine. I can think of several others who would have done worse.
and
For most of the cliffside, you went down quite well.
you make your way to the bottom. And in front of you is an open expanse of ice and water. And that's where we're going to end this session, because if we go any further, there's going to be some kind of combat, and I don't want you guys getting obliterated.
I mean,
Understood.
Lucifer has been equipped to actively be